The Halo franchise is a series of first-person shooter video games developed by Bungie and 343 Industries and published by Xbox Game Studios. Here is a detailed history of the main games in the Halo franchise. Halo: Combat Evolved, 2001. The first game in the Halo franchise was released for the Xbox in 2001. It tells the story of the Master Chief, a super soldier in the future who is tasked with saving humanity from the alien covenant. The game was a critical and commercial success, and it established the Xbox as a major gaming platform. Halo 2, 2004. Released for the Xbox in 2004, Halo 2 continued the story of the Master Chief and introduced new characters, weapons, and enemies. The game's multiplayer mode was highly praised and became one of the most popular online multiplayer experiences of its time. Halo 3, 2007. Released for the Xbox 360 in 2007, Halo 3 concluded the story arc begun in Halo: Combat Evolved and Halo 2. The game was a major commercial success, with millions of copies sold worldwide. Halo Wars, 2009. Halo Wars is a real-time strategy game set in the Halo universe. It was developed by Ensemble Studios and released for the Xbox 360 in 2009. The game received positive reviews for its accessible and engaging gameplay, and it remains one of the few real-time strategy games available on consoles. Halo 3, ODST, 2009, a first-person shooter video game developed by Bungie and published by Microsoft Game Studios. It was released for the Xbox 360 in 2009 as an expansion to the main Halo franchise. Halo: Reach, 2010. Released for the Xbox 360 in 2010. Halo: Reach is a prequel to the original Halo: Combat Evolved. It tells the story of the fall of the planet Reach and the events leading up to the original game. The game received critical acclaim for its story, multiplayer, and gameplay, and it remains one of the most popular Halo games to date. Halo Spartan Assault 2013 is a top-down twin-stick shooter video game developed by 343 Industries and Vanguard Games. It was released in 2013 for Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and later for Windows 8 and Windows Phone. Halo 4, 2012. Released for the Xbox 360 in 2012. Halo 4 marked the first game in the franchise developed by 343 Industries. The game picks up where Halo 3 left off and introduces a new enemy, the Prometheans. The game was well received by fans and critics, and it remains one of the most popular Halo games to date. Halo Spartan Strike 2015 is a twin-stick shooter video game developed by 343 Industries and Vanguard Games. It was released in 2015 for Windows 8 and Windows Phone, and later for Steam and Xbox One. The game is the follow-up to Halo Spartan Assault, and continues the story of the Spartan soldiers as they defend humanity against the Covenant and Promethean forces. Halo 5, Guardians, 2015, released for the Xbox One in 2015. Halo 5, Guardians introduces a new playable character, Agent Locke, and continues the story of the Master Chief. The game received mixed reviews, with some praising its multiplayer and others criticizing its story. Halo Wars 2, 2017. Released for the Xbox One and PC in 2017. The game takes place 28 years after the events of the first Halo Wars, and features the return of the Spirit of Fire and her crew as they face a new threat, the Banished, a group of rogue Covenant soldiers led by a cunning and powerful brute warlord named Atriox. Halo Infinite 2021. Released for Xbox One, Xbox Series X or S, and PC in 2021, Halo Infinite is the latest game in the Halo franchise. It continues the story of the Master Chief and introduces new characters, weapons, and enemies. The game received mixed reviews at launch, but 343 Industries has committed to ongoing support and development to improve the game over time. In addition to these main games, the Halo franchise also includes books, comics, and other media, all of which help to expand the Halo universe and deepen the lore of the games. Halo: Combat Evolved is the first game in the Halo franchise and was released for the Xbox in 2001. The game is set in the 26th century and follows the story of the Master Chief, a legendary super soldier in the human military known as the Spartans. The story begins as the Master Chief awakens from cryogenic sleep on board the Pillar of Autumn, a human spaceship that is under attack by the alien Covenant. The Covenant is a religious alliance of alien species that seek to wipe out humanity, and the Pillar of Autumn is their target because it holds a mysterious object known as the Halo. The Master Chief and a handful of surviving crew members make their way to the Halo, and soon discover that it is a massive artificial world with a mysterious and deadly power. As the Covenant launches an all-out attack on the Halo, the Master Chief must fight his way through waves of enemies and uncover the truth behind the Halo's power. Throughout the game, the player takes on the role of the Master Chief and engages in intense first-person shooter combat against the Covenant. The game features a wide range of weapons, vehicles, and environments, and it is known for its cinematic storytelling, immersive environments, and intense multiplayer experiences. As the Master Chief battles through the Halo, he begins to uncover the truth behind the Halo's power and the motives of the Covenant. He discovers that the Halo was created by an ancient and advanced race known as the Forerunners, and that it has the power to destroy all life in the galaxy. The Master Chief must stop the Covenant from activating the Halo and save humanity from destruction. Halo: Combat Evolved established the Halo franchise as one of the most iconic and beloved franchises in the gaming industry, and its story and gameplay continue to be highly praised by fans and critics to this day. Halo 2 is the second game in the Halo franchise and was released for the Xbox in 2004. The game picks up where the original Halo, Combat Evolved, left off, and continues the story of the Master Chief and the fight against the Covenant. The game opens with the Covenant attacking Earth, and the Master Chief is sent to stop them. The player takes on the role of the Arbiter, a former Covenant elite who has been stripped of his rank and branded a heretic by the Covenant leadership. The Arbiter is tasked with completing a series of missions to prove his loyalty and regain his honor. As the Master Chief and the Arbiter fight their way through the Covenant, they uncover a sinister plot by the Covenant leadership to activate a powerful ancient artifact known as the Halo Array. The array has the power to destroy all life in the galaxy, and the Covenant believes that activating it will bring about their salvation. The Master Chief and the Arbiter work together to stop the Covenant and prevent the activation of the Halo Array. Along the way, they encounter a new enemy, the Flood, a parasitic life form that infects and spreads through other beings. The Flood pose a serious threat to the Master Chief and the Arbiter as they race against time to stop the Covenant and prevent the activation of the Halo Array. The game features intense first-person shooter action, a wide range of weapons, vehicles, and environments, and a compelling storyline that builds on the foundation established in the original Halo: Combat Evolved. The game also introduced a new and highly praised multiplayer mode that allowed players to compete against each other online. Halo 2 was a commercial and critical success, and it cemented the Halo franchise as one of the most iconic and beloved franchises in the gaming industry. The game's story and gameplay continue to be highly praised by fans and critics, and it remains one of the most popular and enduring games in the Halo franchise. Halo 3 is the third game in the Halo franchise and was released for the Xbox 360 in 2007. The game continues the story of the Master Chief and the fight against the Covenant and the Flood. The game opens with the Master Chief and Cortana, an AI companion, returning to Earth to stop the Covenant from activating a massive Halo ring that has been discovered above the planet. The Master Chief must fight his way through the Covenant and the Flood to reach the Halo and stop the activation, which would have devastating consequences for all life in the galaxy. As the Master Chief battles through the Covenant and the Flood, he discovers that the Covenant leadership has made a pact with the Flood, and that they plan to use the Halo to activate the Flood's full potential and spread their parasitic influence throughout the galaxy. The Master Chief must stop this from happening, and he teams up with allies from the human military and the alien race known as the Elites to stop the Covenant and the Flood. The game features intense first-person shooter action, a wide range of weapons, vehicles, and environments, and a compelling storyline that builds on the foundation established in the previous two Halo games. The game also features an improved multiplayer mode that allows players to compete against each other online, and features new game modes and customization options. Halo 3 was a commercial and critical success, and it was one of the most highly anticipated games of its time. The game's story and gameplay continue to be highly praised by fans and critics, and it remains one of the most popular and enduring games in the Halo franchise. The game also marked the end of the original trilogy and concluded the story arc that began in Halo: Combat Evolved. Halo Wars is a real-time strategy game in the Halo franchise and was released for the Xbox 360 in 2009. The game takes place in the Halo universe and takes a departure from the traditional first-person shooter gameplay of the previous Halo games. The game is set in the year 2531, 20 years before the events of Halo. Combat evolved, and follows the story of Captain Cutter, the leader of the human military ship, the Spirit of Fire. The Spirit of Fire is on a mission to the remote planet of Harvest when it comes under attack by the Covenant. As Captain Cutter, the player must lead the human forces in a desperate battle against the Covenant as they fight to protect their ship, secure valuable resources, and uncover the truth behind the Covenant's sudden interest in Harvest. The player must build and manage a base, gather resources, and command armies of Marines, Warthogs, and other UNSC units to defeat the Covenant and secure the planet. Throughout the game, the player will encounter a variety of new characters and races, including the Covenant leadership and the AI construct known as the Arbiter. The player will also encounter new enemies, including the Flood, and they must use strategy and tactics to defeat these threats and secure their objectives. Halo Wars was praised for its accessibility and strategic gameplay, and it was well received by fans and critics alike. The game was one of the first real-time strategy games to be released on a console, and it marked a new direction for the Halo franchise. Despite being set in the Halo universe, Halo Wars offers a unique and separate storyline that explores the early history of the Halo universe and the conflict between the human and Covenant forces. Halo 3 ODST is a first-person shooter video game developed by Bungie and published by Microsoft Game Studios. It was released for the Xbox 360 in 2009 as an expansion to the main Halo franchise. The game follows an elite group of orbital dropshock troopers, ODSTs, as they drop into the city of New Mombasa, Kenya during the events of Halo 2. The player takes on the role of the Rookie, an unnamed ODST who is separated from his squad and must navigate the city in search of his lost comrades. As the Rookie travels through the city, he experiences flashbacks of the events leading up to his drop and encounters various Covenant enemies along the way. He eventually discovers that the Covenant are searching for an ancient artifact buried beneath the city, and the Rookie must ultimately stop them from uncovering it. Throughout the game, the player also has access to a new feature called the Void, which allows them to view the experiences of the other ODSTs in the form of playable flashbacks. These flashbacks provide more context for the events in the game and help flesh out the characters and their motivations. The game concludes with the Rookie and his surviving squad mates facing off against the Covenant in a final showdown, ultimately leading to the successful retrieval of the artifact and the preservation of New Mombasa. Overall, Halo 3 ODST is a thrilling addition to the Halo franchise that offers a unique and engaging experience for fans of the series. Halo Reach is a first-person shooter game in the Halo franchise and was released for the Xbox 360 in 2010. The game serves as a prequel to the original Halo. Combat evolved and takes place in the year 2552, just before the events of that game. The game follows the story of Noble Team, a group of elite Spartans stationed on the planet Reach. Reach is a key planet in the UNSC's war effort against the Covenant, and Noble Team is tasked with defending it against the Covenant's relentless attacks. As Noble Team fights to defend Reach, they uncover a plot by the Covenant to activate a powerful ancient artifact on the planet that would destroy all life in the galaxy. Noble Team must race against time to stop the Covenant from activating the artifact, and they face a series of increasingly difficult battles as they attempt to secure their objectives and protect Reach. Throughout the game, the player takes on the role of Noble 6, a new member of Noble Team, and they must work with their teammates to complete missions and secure their objectives. The game features intense first-person shooter action, a wide range of weapons, vehicles, and environments, and a compelling storyline that explores the early history of the Halo universe and the conflict between the human and Covenant forces. Halo Reach was highly anticipated by fans and critics alike, and it was well received upon its release. The game's story and gameplay were praised for their depth and intensity, and the multiplayer mode was also well received, with a variety of new game modes and customization options. Halo Reach marked the end of the Halo series developed by Bungie and the beginning of a new era for the franchise and Vanguard games. It was released in 2013 for Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and later for Windows 8 and Windows Phone. The game takes place between the events of Halo 3 and Halo 4, and follows the adventures of two Spartans, Sarah Palmer and Edward Davis, as they participate in various missions to defend humanity against the Covenant and Promethean forces. The gameplay in Halo Spartan Assault is fast-paced and action-packed, with players using various weapons and abilities to take on hordes of enemies. The game features 30 levels set in a variety of locations, including planets and space stations, each with its own unique challenges and objectives. Throughout the game, players also encounter familiar characters from the Halo universe, including Captain Lasky and Commander Palmer, who provide guidance and support as the player progresses through the missions. The ultimate goal of the game is to stop a rogue faction of Covenant forces from accessing an ancient Forerunner artifact that could have devastating consequences for the galaxy. The player must fight their way through enemy forces to secure the artifact and prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. Halo 4 is the fourth main entry in the Halo franchise and was released for the Xbox 360 in 2012. The game marks the return of the Master Chief as the main protagonist and takes place 4 years after the events of Halo 3. The game opens with the Master Chief and Cortana, who have been adrift in space for 4 years, being rescued by a mysterious Forerunner world. The Master Chief and Cortana soon discover that the planet is under attack by the Covenant, who have formed an alliance with a new threat, the Prometheans. As the Master Chief, the player must fight against the Covenant and the Prometheans to protect the planet and uncover the truth behind the Forerunners and their connection to the Halo rings. The player must navigate through a variety of environments, using new weapons, vehicles, and abilities to defeat their enemies and complete their objectives. Throughout the game, the player will encounter new characters, including the Forerunner AI known as the Didact, and will learn more about the history of the Halo universe and the relationship between the humans, the Covenant, and the Forerunners. The player will also face new challenges, as the Prometheans offer a fresh and deadly threat, with new weapons and tactics to master. Halo 4 was a commercial and critical success, and it marked a new era for the Halo franchise, with the series being developed by 343 Industries, who took over from original developer Bungie. The game's story and gameplay were praised for their depth and intensity, and the multiplayer mode was also well received, with a variety of new game modes and customization options. Halo 4 set the stage for the next chapter in the Halo franchise, with the Master Chief continuing his quest to uncover the secrets of the Halo universe and protect humanity from its enemies. Halo Spartan Strike is a twin-stick shooter video game developed by 343 Industries and Vanguard Games. It was released in 2015 for Windows 8 and Windows Phone, and later for Steam and Xbox One. The game is the follow-up to Halo Spartan Assault, and continues the story of the Spartan soldiers as they defend humanity against the Covenant and Promethean forces. The plot of Halo Spartan Strike takes place during the events of Halo 2 and Halo 4, and follows the exploits of a new Spartan Force soldier who is part of the United Nations Space Command, UNSC, and is tasked with fighting against the Covenant and Promethean forces. The story is divided into 6 chapters, with each chapter comprising several missions. The first chapter begins with the player fighting off Covenant forces on the planet New Mombasa, and the subsequent chapters take place on other planets and space stations. Throughout the game, the player also encounters familiar characters from the Halo universe, including Commander Palmer and Dr. Catherine Halsey, who provide guidance and support as the player progresses through the missions. The ultimate goal of the game is to stop a rogue faction of Covenant forces from accessing a Forerunner artifact, which could have devastating consequences for the galaxy. The player must fight their way through enemy forces to secure the artifact and prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. In addition to the main campaign, the game also includes a number of multiplayer modes, including co-op and leaderboards, which allow players to compete against one another or team up with friends. The game also introduces a new virtual reality mode, allowing players to experience the game in a fully immersive environment. Halo 5 Guardians is the 5th main entry in the Halo franchise and was released for the Xbox One in 2015. The game follows 2 playable characters, the Master Chief and a new Spartan 2, Spartan Locke, as they lead their respective teams on a mission to uncover a conspiracy that threatens the entire galaxy. The game begins with Master Chief and his team, Blue Team, going rogue and pursuing their own mission. Meanwhile, Spartan Locke and his team, Fireteam Osiris, are sent to track down and bring back Master Chief, who is seen as a threat to the security of the UNSC. As the player switches between playing as Master Chief and Spartan Locke, They will uncover a dark and dangerous conspiracy that threatens not only the UNSC, but also the entire Halo universe. The player will engage in intense firefights against the Covenant, who have returned as a threat, and a new enemy, the Prometheans. The player will use a variety of weapons, vehicles, and abilities to overcome their enemies and complete their objectives. Halo 5. Guardians introduces new gameplay mechanics, such as the ability to switch between playing as different members of your team, and the use of AI-controlled allies, who can provide support and assistance in combat. The game also features a vast multiplayer mode, with a variety of game modes and maps, as well as new customization options for your Spartans. Halo 5. Guardians was highly anticipated by fans and was well received upon its release. The game's story and gameplay were praised for their depth and intensity, and the multiplayer mode was also well received, with a variety of new game modes and customization options. Halo 5. Guardians marked the next chapter in the Halo franchise and set the stage for future installments in the series. Halo Wars 2 is the second strategy game in the Halo franchise and was released for the Xbox One and PC in 2017. Halo Wars 2 is a real-time strategy video game developed by 343 Industries and Creative Assembly. The game takes place in the year 2559, approximately 28 years after the events of the first Halo Wars game, and shortly after the events of Halo 5 Guardians. The game's story begins with the arrival of the UNSC Spirit of Fire, a human warship that has been drifting in space for decades, at the Ark, a forerunner installation that was introduced in the Halo 3 game. The crew of the Spirit of Fire discovers that the Ark has been occupied by a new enemy known as the Banished, a faction of rogue Covenant aliens led by the brute warlord Atriox. As the story progresses, players take on the role of Captain Cutter of the Spirit of Fire and engage in a series of battles against the Banished, as well as the game's other main antagonist, a powerful artificial intelligence called the Enduring Conviction. The game features a campaign mode that is divided into 12 missions, with each mission presenting the player with a different set of challenges and objectives. The story also includes a number of familiar characters from the Halo universe, including the AI Cortana, who appears in a significant role, as well as new characters such as Isabel, a researcher who has been stranded on the Ark for several years. Halo Wars 2 features a new and improved real-time strategy gameplay, with new and familiar units, structures, and weapons, as well as new abilities and upgrades. The game also features a story-driven campaign mode, with a variety of missions and cutscenes, as well as a robust multiplayer mode, with a variety of game modes, maps, and customization options for players. Halo Wars 2 was well received by fans and critics, who praised the game's improved gameplay, story, and graphics. The game marked a new chapter in the Halo franchise and was a welcome addition to the real-time strategy genre. Halo Infinite is the sixth main entry in the Halo franchise and was released in 2021. Halo Infinite is set after the events of Halo 5 Guardians and follows the story of the Master Chief, a super soldier known as a Spartan, as he tries to stop the rogue AI named Cortana, who has turned against humanity and is now leading a faction of AIs called the Created. Cortana is using her advanced technology and knowledge to manipulate the galaxy and control its inhabitants, putting the future of humanity in jeopardy. The game takes place on a mysterious Halo ring where the Master Chief and his new AI companion, the Weapon, crash land. The Weapon is an advanced AI system that was created to help stop Cortana, and it assists the Master Chief in his mission to stop her. As they explore the Halo ring, they encounter a new enemy, a faction called the Banished, who are led by a powerful warlord named Escharum. The Master Chief must fight his way through both the Banished and the Created to stop Cortana and save humanity. Along the way, he reunites with allies from previous games, including the Pilot, who helps him navigate the Halo ring, and the AI Construct, who provides him with guidance and support. Throughout the game, the Master Chief also faces personal struggles, including his own doubts and fears about his abilities as a Spartan and his relationship with Cortana, who was once his closest ally. The story culminates in an epic battle against Cortana and the Created, where the Master Chief must use all his skills and resources to save humanity and the galaxy. Halo Infinite features a vast and open-world environment with new opportunities for exploration and discovery. The game also features a robust multiplayer mode, with a variety of game modes, maps, and customization options for players. Halo Infinite was highly anticipated by fans and was well received upon its release. The game's story and gameplay were praised for their depth and intensity, and the multiplayer mode was also well received, with a variety of new game modes and customization options. Halo Infinite marked the next chapter in the Halo franchise and set the stage for future installments in the series. The Halo franchise, in addition to its video games, includes a wide range of media such as books and comics, animated and live-action movies which explore the expanded lore of the Halo universe. These stories follow the events before and after the video games and provide insight into the lore and history of the series.